Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Bull here. We're back again with more Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. Today I figured I'd bring to you a highlight reel of the bosses included in the Praetorium, which is one of the final instances in the main storyline. Spoiler alert! Anyway, jumping right into it, I'm going to explain some of the fights, like the one I'm actually currently in. This is the Magitek Colossus. It's fairly straightforward. Don't stand in bad stuff, and tank and spank it. It's the easiest fight in here. He'll literally just pick someone at random, target them with a ranged ability, like so, and you move out, and if you want to, you can move back so that you don't have to force other people to move later. That's just a personal choice. You don't have to do it. However, first boss, fairly simple. Moving on to the second boss here in just a moment. Then the second boss will be Nerotos, I believe. It's an interesting name. You've seen him through the storyline, wearing a lot of red armor and such. Looks pretty cool. His fight's pretty straightforward. You can see all the electricity around the outer rim of the room there. The objective is don't stand in it. A lot of his melee attacks will knock people back, so you'll see him shift slightly as you fight him. And outside of that, the only real thing about the fight is you'll randomly see a purple beam linked to a party member, and it's attached to an ad that you have to take down before it gets to the party member, because the hand itself will continuously push them into the electricity, forcing very, very bad things to happen. This fight is right where it should be. It's probably the second easiest fight in here. As long as you know how to pay attention and take down an occasional ad here and there, it's very easy to deal with. The third fight is Gaius van Baelsar. This is one of the big baddies you've seen through most of the storyline. A lot of what he does is dodgeable. Actually, everything he does is dodgeable. You can see the X there, it's kind of like a cross slash. You have your tank him in the corners of the room because the blue fire is situated over to my right currently. He'll drop down periodically, and he randomly teleports to other people to hit them once and then toss a slash out. Whichever direction it's facing, it will shoot off and actually do probably about, for me as a caster, it does about 3/4 of my health. I only got hit by one, and that's all it took for me to learn the fight. Outside of that, it's fairly simple and straightforward. Just don't get hit by the cross slash, like so, and don't stand in the blue fire. And that's about all there is to say about Gaius here. I was kind of expecting a little bit more, being that he was Mr. Big Bad, and right before the fight he actually turns himself golden and such. There, you can see the teleport. Apparently he's got a knockback too. I guess I missed that. That's nothing to deal with though. We'll be moving on to Ultima here in just a moment. Yes, I said it, Ultima. It is the fourth boss fight, and coincidentally the fifth as well. So, here we go. Now, Ultima is obviously a weapon. If you're a fan of Final Fantasy, you know all about it. In this story, it consumed Ifrit, Titan, and Garuda, basically absorbed their powers. So a lot of the abilities you'll see, like this one, kind of invokes Garuda, I believe, where whenever it's purple, you have to move to the center, and then immediately upon it turning the greenish tinge, you have to move as far away as you can because it transfers to Titan. When he drops down almost to the point we're at now, we'll get rid of that power, the in and out one. However, you'll still be moving in and out because he will then invoke Ifrit and Titan. And you'll see what I mean here in just a second. He'll drop flame pillars down just like Ifrit would, like so, and then immediately follow the empty space with Titan's Bubbles of Doom. It's pretty fun. It's a lot of forward, backward, forward, backwards. If you find the sweet spot right in the middle of where all of these circles connect, it's really easy and you don't have to move very much. So it would just take a little bit of practice, but it's very easy to catch on to, and it won't take you many tries to actually get a hold on it. Outside of this, when you DPS him down just a little bit further, he's going to lose Titan's ability, which is the Earth Bubbles, Titan occasionally will jump down and use his ultimate and just pop everyone down to half health, roughly. He will lose that as well once he gets, I want to say it's, I believe around 30%, and he will only move to Ifrit, which I'll show you in just a second. There's Titan in the middle, and he's going to pop the ultimate about now. Bow. There we go. Alright, so when he moves to Ifrit only, you're going to have flame pillars randomly pop up, and outside of that, you're going to see crackling ground randomly under a targeted player, along with homing missile here. That's no big deal though. This stuff is the stuff you have to get out of. You'll wipe very easily if you don't move out of that. Outside of that, fun fight. That's about it. Alright, here we go. Fight number 5 is Ultima yet again. This time he doesn't have the power of the primals, so it's a different fight, yet same boss, all that good stuff. Keynotes to take on this fight are move out of his green beams, like you just saw me do previously. Randomly he'll spawn ads, like what just happened, and they'll shoot lines across the room. If anyone's familiar with Sunken Temple of Karn, it's the same thing as the final boss fight there. All you have to do is take out these ads periodically while dodging the beams and take down Ultima. And I think there's one other thing, and that's randomly he'll pulse one side of the map, and basically a piece of wreckage, I believe, falls, or a ship, and it's just like Titan's jump. You just have to move as far away from it as you can, because it does more damage the closer you are to the actual impact point. You'll see it here in just a second before we move on to the final fight. There's the beacon, and you just sprint yourself over the other side. You don't have to sprint, it just tends to help. If you make it all the way across, you pretty much take no damage. Anyway, last fight is probably the third easiest fight of here. Oh, I don't know. Actually, it's probably the easiest fight, sadly. This Brea, or however you want to say it. Literally just a tank and spank. He will periodically pull underneath your party members, which you literally will sidestep, and then keep nuking. Outside of that, he'll randomly poke a person with a ranged skill and get angry and do an AoE for half of your health. Outside of that, that's the fight. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you like the video, thumbs up, subscribe. Let me know if you want to see any other instances or any other footage specifically, and I'll get back to you. Until then, this is Bulg out.